Women can't handle combat medicine under fire. While hearing Commander Richard's voice, Sergeant Amy Angel Martinez was running toward 15 wounded soldiers with bullets flying over her head. 4 hours later, she had saved every single life and proved that healing hands know no gender. The heroic women of combat medicine. Specialist Monica Lin Brown became the first female medic to receive the Silver Star for saving lives under enemy fire in Afghanistan. Captain Jennifer Moreno died serving as a combat medic with Special Operations Forces. Sergeant First Class Kristy Johnson saved countless lives in Iraq as a frontline medic. And today, hundreds of female medics serve in the most dangerous combat zones worldwide. Have you ever had to help someone in a life or death emergency? Share your experience in the comments. If you believe these incredible female combat medic stories deserve to reach more people, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. This story is dedicated to them and all our heroic female soldiers. San Antonio, Texas. 8 years ago, Sergeant Amy Angel Martinez's story began at Methodist Hospital in San Antonio, where she worked as an emergency room nurse. At 24 years old, Amy had already saved hundreds of lives, but she felt called to serve those who couldn't make it to a hospital. "Mom," she told her mother Maria during Sunday dinner, "I want to join the Army as a combat medic. Mija, you have a good job here. Safe, stable, good money. Why risk your life in some war?" Because soldiers are dying who could be saved. They need someone who won't give up on them. Amy's medical background was exceptional. Nursing degree from University of Texas, trauma surgery certification, emergency medicine specialization. But what drove her wasn't just technical skill. It was the absolute refusal to lose a patient. Army medical training, Fort Sam, Houston. Amy excelled in standard medic training, but she wanted more. She applied for Special Operations Combat Medic course, the most demanding medical training in the military. Martinez, training instructor Master Sergeant Williams, told her, "This course has a 70% failure rate. It's designed for Special Forces operations under extreme conditions." "Sergeant, I didn't come here to fail." 18 Alpha Special Forces medical training. The training was brutal. Battlefield surgery with live ammunition firing overhead, treating multiple casualties simultaneously, making life or death decisions with zero medical supplies. Amy's background gave her advantages other trainees lacked. While they learned basic medical procedures, she already knew advanced trauma surgery, emergency pharmacology, and critical care medicine. Week 12. Combat surgery under fire. The ultimate test. Perform emergency surgery on a wounded soldier while instructors fired blanks and set off explosives around the battlefield. Most trainees cracked under pressure. Amy worked with surgeon-steady hands while chaos exploded around her. Outstanding performance, Martinez, the chief medical instructor wrote in her evaluation, demonstrates exceptional medical competence and composure under extreme stress. Graduation, top of class. Amy graduated first in her Special Forces medic class with certifications in combat trauma surgery, emergency field medicine, advanced life support, chemical biological warfare treatment, high-altitude medicine forward operating base Chapman, Afghanistan. Amy was assigned to Special Forces Team Alpha, conducting high-risk operations in Taliban-controlled territory. Team leader Captain Mike Reaper Richards was initially skeptical about having a female medic. Martinez, Special Forces operations are different from regular Army. We go deep into enemy territory for weeks. No backup, no medical evacuation. You sure you can handle this? Captain, my job is keeping this team alive. I don't plan to lose anyone. First mission. Mountain reconnaissance. Alpha Team's first mission was intelligence gathering in the Hindu Kush Mountains. Amy carried standard combat medic loadout plus advanced surgical equipment. 80 pounds of gear total. "Martinez, you're carrying too much medical equipment," Staff Sergeant Johnson commented. "We need to move fast and light." "Sergeant, if someone gets hit, I want every tool available to save them." The mission went perfectly. 5 days in hostile territory, intelligence gathered, team returned safely. Amy treated minor injuries. Cuts, altitude sickness, digestive issues. Nothing major. Mission success led to team acceptance. Martinez proved herself, Captain Richards told headquarters. Professional, competent, never complained about conditions. She's earned her place on this team. But Amy's real test was coming. October 15, 2019. Kandahar Province Alpha Team was conducting village assessment, determining if local populations supported Taliban or coalition forces. Intelligence indicated the area was relatively safe. Intelligence was wrong. The team was walking through Kalat village when the world exploded. Taliban fighters had been waiting in hidden positions throughout the village, turning it into a killing zone. Contact! Contact! Captain Richards screamed into his radio as automatic weapons fire erupted from every direction. Within the first 30 seconds, the nightmare began. Captain Richards. Shot in the chest, critical condition. Staff Sergeant Johnson. IED blast, multiple shrapnel wounds. Corporal Martinez. Sniper round through leg. Arterial bleeding specialist Williams. RPG concussion. Possible brain injury. Private Davis. Machine gun burst. Shoulder and arm damage, 5 casualties in 30 seconds. Amy's training kicked in immediately. Triage under fire. Medic! Medic! The screams came from every direction, but Amy had to prioritize. Who could be saved? Who needed immediate attention? Who was beyond help? Captain Richards first. Chest wound, probably punctured lung, but treatable if she worked fast. Amy crawled 30 meters under heavy machine gun fire to reach Richards. Bullets impacted around her, kicking up dirt and rock fragments. Captain, stay with me. I'm going to fix this. Field surgery #1. Chest wound. Richards was bleeding internally and having trouble breathing. Amy diagnosed tension pneumothorax. Air building up in chest cavity, crushing his lung. She needed to relieve the pressure immediately, or he'd die in minutes. Using a 14-gauge needle, Amy performed emergency chest decompression while machine gun fire cracked overhead. The procedure required precision. Wrong placement could kill him. There we go, Captain. You're going to be okay. Richard's breathing improved immediately. 1 down, 4 to go. Field surgery #2. Arterial bleeding. Corporal Martinez was losing blood fast from his leg wound. Sniper bullet had nicked his femoral artery. Amy applied pressure while assessing damage. The artery needed surgical repair, not just pressure bandages. Under enemy fire, Amy performed vascular surgery using her Special Forces medical kit. Clamp the artery, clean the wound, suture repair, restore blood flow. 20 minutes of delicate surgery while Taliban fighters tried to kill her. Martinez, you're going to keep that leg. Just stay still. 12:30 p.m. No evacuation possible. Angel, this is Overlord, came the radio call using Amy's call sign. Weather conditions prevent helicopter evacuation. You're on your own for at least 4 hours. Amy looked at her patients. Richards. Stable but needs monitoring. Faca. Martinez. Surgery successful but weak from blood loss. Johnson. Multiple shrapnel wounds, needs surgery. Williams. Concussion, possible brain swelling. Davis. Shoulder reconstruction needed 4 hours to keep 5 critically wounded soldiers alive while under continuous enemy fire. Setting up field hospital. Amy found a partially collapsed building that provided some cover. She moved all 5 wounded soldiers inside, creating an improvised operating room. Her supplies: 1 field surgical kit, limited antibiotics, minimal blood clotting agents, basic anesthesia, whatever she could improvise. Surgery #3. Staff Sergeant Johnson. Johnson had taken shrapnel from an IED blast. Metal fragments throughout his torso, some dangerously close to vital organs. Amy had to remove shrapnel without causing more damage. Each piece required careful extraction to avoid hitting arteries or organs. Johnson, this is going to hurt, but I need you to stay conscious and talk to me. 2 hours of surgery. 17 shrapnel fragments removed. Johnson survived. Medical crisis. Running out of supplies. By hour 3, Amy was critically low on medical supplies. No more morphine for pain management. Limited antibiotics. Almost no sterile equipment left. She had to improvise using whatever was available. Torn clothing for bandages, alcohol from soldiers' personal supplies for sterilization, field ration heating elements for cauterization, boot laces for surgical sutures when medical thread ran out. Surgery #4. Specialist Williams' brain injury. Williams' head injury was deteriorating. Signs of brain swelling that could kill him within hours. Amy had never performed brain surgery, but she understood the medical principles. She had to relieve pressure on his brain. Using her combat knife sterilized with alcohol, Amy performed emergency skull drilling to release pressure, a procedure normally done in fully equipped hospitals. Williams, stay with me. You're going to see your family again. The procedure worked. Brain pressure relieved, Williams stabilized. Hour 4. Multiple crises. As the 4th hour approached, everything went wrong simultaneously. Richards developed infection, fever rising. Johnson started bleeding internally from missed shrapnel. Davis went into shock from blood loss. Martinez's arterial repair began failing. Williams had seizure from brain trauma. 5 patients, all deteriorating. Amy completely exhausted. The decision. Amy had to choose. Spread her remaining medical supplies among all 5 soldiers and probably lose 2, 3 of them, or focus everything on the most salvageable and let others die. She chose option 3. Save everyone, or die trying. Final medical marathon. Amy spent the final hour moving between patients like a medical tornado. Gave Richards her last antibiotics, reopened Johnson's surgery to stop internal bleeding. Performed emergency blood transfusion using her own blood for Davis. Re-repaired Martinez's artery with bootlace sutures. Managed Williams's seizures with improvised medication. Personal sacrifice. After giving her own blood to Davis, Amy was dangerously weakened. But she kept working, ignoring her own physical limits. Martinez, you need to rest, Captain Richards said weakly. Captain, my job is keeping you all alive. That's what I'm going to do. Hour 4, minute 47, helicopter inbound. Angel, this is Dustoff 47. We're inbound for evacuation. How many patients? Dustoff 47, this is Angel. 5 patients, all stable, all going home alive. The helicopter crew couldn't believe what they found. 5 severely wounded soldiers, all stable, treated with improvised equipment in a combat zone. Sergeant Martinez, the flight medic said, what you've accomplished here is impossible. These men should all be dead. They're Special Forces operators, Amy replied. They don't die on my watch. 3 months later, Pentagon Sergeant Amy Martinez received the Silver Star for Valor, the 3rd highest military decoration for combat heroism. Citation: for gallantry in action against an armed enemy while serving as Special Operations Combat Medic, displaying exceptional medical expertise and personal courage under enemy fire resulting in saving 5 American lives. Patient outcomes. Captain Richards. Full recovery, return to active duty. Staff Sergeant Johnson. Full recovery, promoted to Sergeant First Class Corporal Martinez. Kept his leg, full mobility restored. Specialist Williams. No permanent brain damage, full cognitive recovery. Private Davis, full shoulder function restored. All 5 soldiers returned to active duty. Team recognition. Captain Richards spoke at Amy's award ceremony. Sergeant Martinez didn't just save our lives. She proved that the best combat medics aren't defined by gender. They're defined by skill, courage, and refusal to give up when lives are on the line. Today, Sergeant First Class Amy Angel Martinez trains Special Operations medics at the Army's most advanced medical facilities. Her techniques from the Kalat Village battle are now standard training for all Special Forces medics. Her students learn not just medical procedures, but the mental toughness to make impossible decisions when lives depend on them. Patient letters. Amy receives letters from the families of soldiers she's saved throughout her career. The most meaningful came from Captain Richard's daughter. Sergeant Martinez, thank you for bringing my daddy home. When I grow up, I want to be a medic just like you and save people too. Women can't handle combat medicine under fire. That's what they said before Amy Martinez saved 15 soldiers while being shot at for 4 hours straight. Amy proved that healing hands have no gender, only the determination to save lives when others have given up hope. In combat medicine, what matters isn't whether you're male or female. It's whether you have the skill to stop bleeding, the knowledge to save lives, and the courage to work miracles when everything seems lost. Sergeant Amy Angel Martinez, proving every day that angels come in combat boots and carry medical bags instead of harps.